Diamond dance on my teeth, 100 bands on my jeans. Got some niggas that's gone, pray my niggas get free.
Man, what's good? What's good, Kites family? Young E-Class here with another episode of Kites, episode 11. We made it to episode 11. Is that a milestone after 10? That's like a milestone, right? Well, because we really got the bonus episode too. But we here, Kites, episode 11, and this episode is Trade and War Stories now. Trade and War Stories. Trade and War Stories. All right, let's get into it. So trade and war stories. That's basically, like talking about your life on the street before you got locked up. Talking about what you've been through, what you did, what you didn't do, funny shit, X, Y, Z. Cause like I said, we still on the juvie block, famous 11A, and we ain't had no TVs in the cell. You only get to watch TV when you come off a rec. Come off a rec, get on the phone, TV, shower, play ping pong. I'm like that in ping pong. Anybody want to challenge that? We could go down, spin downtown DC. Yeah, straight like that. But yeah, so when it comes to entertainment, for all them other hours that you in the cell, all you got is your memories. Slim, your memories is like gold in there. Your memories is like you mining for gold. You be digging because when somebody tell a story and it's your turn to tell a story, you gotta match that story. Like you gotta come, like if somebody jumped off a cliff, your story gotta be jumping in a volcano or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we're gonna get into that. So I used to get a lot of attention just because I was on the news on the unit. So a lot of people always congregated around me. We always talked. Kept it G for real. And I used to tell little different things what I was into, and other dudes would tell what they was into. Like I heard some amazing stories, but then you got some liars. You got some dudes that will lie, that would try to just up your story, like they'd tell a story, then try to up the story. Then you got some dudes that was kingpins on the streets. Mind you, we're in a juvie block. Dudes between 12 up to 17. Dudes talking about they had Benzes, like, bro, I know you ain't. And I hate, this what I hate too. I hate when somebody telling a story and I know that they lying and they know that I know that they lying, but they still be telling a story, and then they try to get you to co-sign it. Like, hey bro, you remember that time I was hanging out the T-top? You remember that? And I'm like, cause I don't want to agree, but that's your man, and he in his zone, and you don't want you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so but in the cell, that's really when the stories is told. That's when you get vulnerable, and that's when you tell you know what I'm saying, personal, intimate type stories. Like it might be stuff about your family, about your mother, about your siblings, about people you lost, and about crimes you committed for real. And sometimes you gotta be careful with it, cause it's been times and it's documented. I don't want to say the dude's name, but they had an informant on the tier, and this was on the adult block. They had an informant on the tier, and Slim was telling the stories to him, and Slim was the police, and they used that to convict him and shit. So it definitely, once that came out, dudes was just on point about who to talk to or whatever. But you still find yourself in that space of trading war stories. Like I used to tell my bunk buddy about the time when I was young, like I mentioned on the trauma unit, when my cousin held me up when Slim came on the block shooting at him. He used to get me to tell that story over and over and over. He was like, yeah, how you was feeling? Like, what, did he just grab you? Like, did your cousin just did he try to throw it? Like, now I used to just tell the story over. All this time when the back of my leg got cut open, I tell that story about when you know what I'm saying, I kicked in the window and the glass slipped my whole leg open, and meat paws was hanging everywhere, and things like that. Dudes that talk about, especially the go-go. Go-go stories is golden in there, because somebody got to be able to co-sign it, because there's enough people in the unit to have been at every go-go. Been had Mash Shop, Neon, Dance Hall, Boom Boom Room, and things of that nature. So them go-go stores, we talking about the hood beefs, all the notorious beefs in the city and PG. This actually before, no shade to Virginia, no shade to, what they call Montgomery County? No shade to Moco, but this is before probably because the Montgomery County people was at their own jail. They wasn't at Upper Marlboro. That's why I never, okay. This is before, you know what I'm saying? It was only DCPG for real. So I remember a story that one of my men told me, right? He was telling me about a body court. And I don't want to get into too much details about it, but he was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, he was trying to pull a move, he was trying to carjack a dude jabbed buck, and he hit him. And I'm like, damn. So I asked him, what kind of car was it? He told me. I was like, damn. I was like, what year that happened? Damn. And the whole time, his brother, the dude who he, what they be calling on YouTube now? Because you can't say they deleted. Yeah. The dude who he deleted, his brother was over 6. So it put me in a bind. Whereas though I'm like, damn, I'm up here with this dude who just told me a story about his charge that he locked up for right now. And the dude brother is over 6, and I know his brother. So I'm like, damn, do I let Slim know? Oh yeah, over 6. Over 6, that's the adult unit. That's where they house all the dudes with the M charges, the robbery charges, the R charges, and any big felonies. Any big felonies, you gonna go over 6. Any big felonies, you going over 6. And, that's an adult unit. You gotta be adult to be on that unit. So we go to court one day, and I told y'all sometimes they mix us in with the adults sometimes. And while we was in there, the dude from 6 was in there in the bullpen with us. And he was like, hey, young, my peoples told me that the dude who deleted such and such going to court today. And you know me, I'm like, I look straight over at Slim. But Slim chilling though, he ain't really, but I'm like, he don't even know we in here with the dude that deleted his brother. And I know everything that happened. He told me everything that happened. So, we're in the bullpen. Dude's like, yeah, man, I'll beat this charge. So he said he was in for something stupid. He was talking in the bullpen, and then he goes to trial. And it's time for the jury to read the verdict. And they found him not guilty. So he came back to the bullpen, and everybody he's like, yeah, got not guilty, blah, blah, blah. Everybody cites. So I docked him up, but I wasn't too excited because I know in a second, Slim that's over 6 about to find out that he did that to him. But he ain't gonna find out till Slim leave, because they gonna call his name. So they come down there, such and such, such and such. And when they called his name, Slim over 6 looked up. What that looked like? Hold up. So he went out and he was smiling at me, and he looked at Slim because he must have caught on. And then, he cuffed up, he went out. So Slim over 6 was like, man, I know that one. And he went off. He was banging the door. He went crazy, man. He went off in that jump. But it was too late. It really wasn't nothing they could do. But that just show you how deep the trade and war stories get, because sometimes dudes will talk about their actual charge. Sometimes you get snitched on. Sometimes you put yourself in a trick bag. You put yourself in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you let the wrong people know what you locked up for. But the funny part just be when, dudes lying, bro. When dudes just be talking about anything, man. Dudes just be telling you something, or saying they had something that didn't even come out yet. Like, they be like, yeah, I had the 11s, the brick. I'm like, when you had? What year? Oh, yeah. But they ain't come out yet. Like, it's like, why? Like, I personally don't understand what that gives a dude to, make up a story. Or when dudes be talking about females. When dudes be talking about, I'm talking about, bro, dudes, everybody got the baddest Jones until you see their visits come up there. You see their visits, you be like, you hear me? I ain't trying, but I had my photo album. Everybody that was down there with me know what I was into when it came to, you know what I'm saying? Our job was, because my situation was different. Everybody knew I was locked up because I was on the news, so everybody was in contact with me. So some dudes will get locked up and people don't know he locked up. He don't know nobody's phone numbers by heart, so they ain't really in touch with a lot of people. I was in touch with everybody. It used to be funny when dudes go through my photo album and like see their girl or their sister or their cousin or their mother. Nah. No, man, but yeah, dudes be lying, talk about females, and then you'll have a dude like, man, that's my sister. I'm gonna call her right now. He be like, oh no, she probably don't remember me like that. Oh, she don't remember you. You just said you slaughtered her all out. And she gonna remember that situation. She got to remember, because I know at that age, that's just not normal if somebody get crushed that hard. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but nah, it's talking about the past is like me growing up and, you know what I'm saying, being an adult now. That was like juvenile therapy. Like, we really was in that joint, really talking about things we went through, stuff with our family, stuff that dudes probably never told nobody before, and you'll tell your bunk buddy. Like, you and your bunk buddy, like the moments be big, man. And honestly, it was times where one of my cellies probably told me a story so many times, it grew in my head, and sometimes I'd be talking, I'd be like, damn, did that happen to me, or is this my memory? Like, they engraved the memory in your head so many times. They talk about it so many times, and it's just be in your head, because you gotta think, when you're in prison, the longer you are in prison, the further those memories be, because you acquiring more prison memories or whatever. So it's like you gotta hold on to the memories so tight, because that's all you got. That's the only thing that make you feel human. That's the only thing that make you feel sane. That's the only thing that make you not go crazy or get cold-hearted in that junk. So,
I got a question. You ever heard somebody take somebody's story?
yes.
Who left?
Yes. Go ahead, ask the question.
I just somebody who already left, like told their story, then they got out, then the nigga started.
And somebody used the story, and then but this a look you get, because they'd be telling it and so excited, and then when they look at you, and you could tell when the thought come like, damn, he was here when such and such said it. So they either keep going with it, or they try to be like, yeah, my mind told me that. No, I seen it happen before. I seen it happen before. Dudes that tell a story. Because I ain't gonna lie, you had some youngins up there. That really was getting money. You had some youngins up there that was really bracing out there. You had some youngins that was out there busting heads. So you had some guys whose stories really was valid, really checked out. But you had some story stealers. They was like memory pirates. They was like memory pirates, man. And for real, being somebody that was outside for a lot of my life, there's dudes on the streets that be doing that too. Dudes on the streets be lying, like, you know, when you be outside talking at the cookout. But it's nothing compared to in jail, because that's all you got. Like, all you, especially in the detention center, and because there's no CD players, no TVs in the cell, there's no other forms of entertainment. So all you got is, you know what I'm saying, talking to each other for real. And, especially when you trust somebody and you cool with them, man, you be vulnerable, you know? You talk. Or if you have a bad conversation on the phone, you coming in there talking. Like, it's some of my men that, you know what I'm saying, I was locked up with, that know my whole life, and they know my family and my friends. So when we came home and they finally met, they feel like they know them because of how much I talked about them in jail. And so many stories I told, they'd be laughing like they was there, you know what I'm saying? Because the story was like braided into their head, into their brain or whatever. What we like on time? We at 14. Oh shit, we gonna edit that out. Nah, but oh yeah, let me keep going though. So I'm gonna give y'all a day on the juvie block. So boom. We wake up, we go to school. We go to school in the morning. Mind you, we in school with the females too, Slim. We in school with the females, so you know dudes trying look sweet. All us in the same oranges. All us, but the only thing that separates us is your tennis shoes. Now, if you was one of them dudes who was running from the police and your shoes got all muddy and you jumped over a fence and ripped the side of your shoes or something, but if you, like, I turned myself in, so my shoes were straight. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I got my shoes back. I know y'all about to be like, I thought they took your shoes, but you know what I'm saying? I got my Dunkers back or whatever. Yeah, looking fly, them things. It's crispy too. So it was this one female in there named Roxy. She was light skinned. She was pretty, man. She had some she had some lips on her hair. She was alright. So when I came in, you know, first thing they look at is your shoes or whatever. So she's staring at me, I'm staring at her, pop, pop, pop. So I go in the cell, my mind like, damn, Slim. I was like, yeah, you saying that? She was like, yeah, she was looking at you like, mug. I'm like, bet. He like, go ahead, put her down something. Now this is a kite. So I write her a little kite. Like, man, what's up? My name E. I'm from blah, blah, blah. I folds it up, and when I walk past her desk, I drop it on her desk. She read it. She blushing. Like, she light-skinned. Her cheeks is red. So I'm like, I got her. Then she started laughing. I only put one joke in there, so when she laughed, I knew where she was at on the paper. So I'm like, bet. So the next day at school, she got me a kite. So I'm like, bet, I'm reading and she telling me where she from, all this, that, and the third. I'm like, damn. So now we rapping, we talking. Like, we dropping 2-3 kites a day. Until I found out she was writing other people in the unit too. I didn't know at the time, so I was a little, you know what I'm saying? I was a little, but we was setting it up where as though during art time, like, who was the art teacher? Was it Beard, Mr. Beard? He used to get mad if you said Mohawk. I still don't know. I think they said that's like a racist slur or something. But if you say it, we used to say Mohawk just to make them go off or whatever so they could shut down the art class. But so dudes would get them to come teach, show them how to use the pastel and the different paints so you could like sneak off with the female and, you know what I'm saying, do what you do. I never got my chance to do it. A few of my men did. Every time it was my time to do it, a fight would happen or something stupid would happen. Boom. Also on the juvie block, don't judge none of my youngins. Don't judge none of my dogs. But dudes was up there sniffing tang. Yeah, the drink mix junk, dudes was up there sniffing tang. They started sniffing tang because dudes was crushing the medication, sniffing the medication, getting high. Mind you, I don't smoke or drink. A lot of these dudes was popping E-pills on the streets. Some of them was smoking dippers. Some of them was smoking weed, drinking, whatever they was doing. So they was up in there crushing medication. All you do is gotta act like you hearing sounds at night, or you could act a certain way and they put you on different type of medicines, and dudes was crushing and sniffing it. When dudes couldn't get medicine, somebody, I think it was BG, but somebody was the first person to sniff some tang, and he was acting like he was high, falling out. So you know, everybody started sniffing the tang or whatever, like tang, like. I don't even know if they make tang no more. It was a drink mix, and it had a orangutan on it or something like that. It was big back in the day. So we do that, or we'd be on the ping pong table, betting on the ping pong table. That caused a lot of fights. And basketball. Basketball always probably caused the most fights in jail, prison, any yard across the board. For some reason, that basketball court get dudes out of character. Dudes be forgetting that they not tough, or some dudes just. I could never play basketball, so I ain't never had no issues out there. I was more so playing ping pong. I told y'all we got movie night. We fly on movie night. That's when we get all the new releases. I remember when the movie White Chicks came out with Marlon Wayans. Yeah, that's how long ago this was. White Chicks came out. They finally brought it in and let us see it. Oh no, Bad Boys 2 came out. Bad Boys 2 came out, and it was a scene with the ecstasy pills on there. So I seen blue ecstasy pills and somebody else seen white ecstasy pills. So me and a dude, I think it was Jay Black. Me and somebody got to arguing and we betted $200. Mind you, this $200. That's rich on the juvie unit. We betted $200 that the pills was blue or the pills was white. So we kept rewinding the movie, and some dudes seen blue, some dudes seen white. I don't know if y'all remember, but I think they put a light. They did something to the pills on there. So both of us feel like we was right. I ain't gonna lie. Unit was split in half. We was turned up on that. We was turned up. It was about to go down. It was about to go down till somebody figured out like one saying they was blue and one saying they was white. It just show you how like it was just a bunch of dumb stuff going on the juvie unit, man. It was a bunch of juveniles just being stupid for real. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, close it out. Trading War Stories, episode 11. Like, comment, subscribe. Holler at me in the comments. You already know I talk back. I'm gone.